Thanks everyone for joining. We'll be starting in a few moments from now. Thank you. guys. Good evening. Thanks for joining. Starting in exactly 4:10. Waiting for the rest of us to join, and then we'll be ready to kick off. Thank you so much for dropping in early. Once again, thank you so much for joining. We'll be starting in the next 3 minutes. I'll be back now. just a minute. Okay, we are live now. So thank you so much, guys, for joining, and thank you for logging in. And yeah, let me first, I think, stop sharing my screen so that we can know if you guys can hear me. Do you guys hear me? By show of any reaction, we have reactions at the bottom. Please let me know if you do hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, good. At least some people can hear me. I'll assume all of you surely can. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for really expressing interest to be part of the Kanzu Code Foundation Tech Bootcamps. Either front end or back end, really appreciate and are very grateful to have you all here. So this session is going to be really an orientation call, getting you guys to understand what it means to be part of the Kanzu family, especially in line with the bootcamp program. And it's going to be very key for us to understand what are some of the things you need to know as we prepare for the onboarding session that's scheduled for next week on Tuesday. So I know we have some questions. Some of us may be having some questions. So this is the time for us to also get to answer those later on, not just now, but later on in the session, you guys will have a chance to to ask your question or questions. So that we start all on a very good note, everyone has the clarity on everything that is going to happen in the program. So without it going any further, I want to first of all introduce the person speaking. So I'm Roland Sankara, and I serve at the Kanzu Code Foundation as the Learning and Development Lead, and I also do learning facilitation with a group of amazing, young, talented gentlemen and lady, and some of whom are on the call, maybe could just ask them to just wave. I'll introduce them a little bit to share something. Frank, Buni, Musa, I see you guys on the call. You can just wave electronic hands, yeah. So the guys that you see waving are the team. There are others that haven't joined yet, but will be joining later. Uh, if they don't join, you guys will get to at least meet them in the course of the program. So without wasting time, I'm going to share with us my screen. Oh, so Frank is there. By the way, Frank is joining us all the way from Germany, Berlin. And yeah, he's a teaching assistant here together with Fred, together with Musa. I don't know if Benjamin is on the call or Brandon, but yeah, those are our teaching assistants. They do an amazing job to facilitate you guys, especially when you have challenges in your teams. I'll talk about teams later on, but thank you so much, guys, for turning up. And yeah, I hope you're excited as I am about this cohort. So without wasting any other minute, let's jump into the presentation so we get to know what we're going to be doing this evening. So orientation call really is the first call that we usually have with bootcamp students, especially all that have applied for the program, so that everyone is aligned with what is required of them to do, especially in terms of making it into the program. I know many of you may be assuming that, okay, we are all in it already. Sorry to burst your bubble, but there's still hope for you guys to make it through. And the program starts officially next week on Tuesday, but we'll have a physical launch of the program over the weekend at the Innovation Village. So for now, I want you guys to take this seriously because this is going to determine those that will be enjoying with us the whole of next week, especially the launch and the onboarding session on Tuesday. So the agenda of the program is quite simple. The agenda of this session is quite simple. We're going to be going over just the welcome remarks. I think I've done that already. So I don't want us to waste too much time. Perhaps I'll just get to hear from a few people, maybe 5, get to know how you guys are doing, if you guys are excited as we are about the program and why you're excited about it, and perhaps your expectation from the program that's yet to begin next week. So after that, we'll go through the goal of the programs that we are running this July till September, and then the curriculum schedule, key milestones for you guys to understand. And yeah, we'll get to just also look at the tools and platforms, even the resources that we'll be using. We'll share a little bit about the code of conduct, of conduct, attendance policies, and participation expectations. The detail of this will be shared on the onboarding call next Tuesday. For now, it's just a little bit of detail, a little bit of, I would say, a summary of what you should expect, so that in case you aren't serious about it, perhaps this time round you'll be serious and make it in. We'll have also a Q&A session, but most importantly, I also want to note that in the session, we're going to talk about the pre-entry assessment that you are given, both front and back, so that you understand the importance of it. Some of you only did one assignment, the other you haven't submitted. I don't know if you even have done it. You could have not submitted, but you did it. So if you did and haven't submitted, I don't know, you are in trouble. You can submit anyway, but you need to do it soon. So we'll share that and then also look at the closing remarks, which is just basically saying bye-bye, and then we all drop off the call, as simple as that. So before we jump into that, I don't want to introduce Kanzu Code Foundation before getting to hear from the people in the room and maybe speaking to robots and AI bots. Are we guys ready for this? So I just want to get like 5 hands. Just raise your hand, your electronic hand, like how I have done right now. Just raise your hand, boom, 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 5 people, and then we get to hear from you. What do I want to hear? Who you are, if you're excited about the program, why you're excited, and your expectation. Yeah. Or let's change something. Instead of telling us yeah, let's keep it that way. Yes, I don't want to become too demanding. So your name, I know we can see it on Zoom, but just share with us briefly about who who you are, and then your expectation from the program, and yeah, maybe one thing that is unique about you, yeah, or one thing that makes you stand out. They call it your claim to fame. So okay, so only one person. What happened to the rest? I saw so many hands. Just keep your hand raised so that I can pick you after the someone shares. You can come next. So keep your hand raised. Those that had raised their hand, there were quite many. Did I scare you? I hope I didn't. Okay, so starting with you, Mansoor. Hopefully 3 more people can raise their hands. Over to you, Mansoor. Okay, I don't know if that was heard. The giant wolf, Mansoor, do you hear me? Mic check. Okay, maybe someone doesn't hear me. Do you all hear me? Oh, sorry. Sorry. I think it's my fault that you can't unmute. So, okay, so you can now unmute. Yes, Mansoor, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. I can hear
Good evening.
Hope you can hear me well. I'm Mandama Mansour, known as Giant Wolf. I like using nickname. That's something about me.
Okay.
So I'm so excited to join you guys in this program. My expectation from this program, I think I'm looking forward to become a junior web developer. Currently, I can't call myself as a web developer because the only things I can do are only in HTML and CSS. So right now, I think today is the starting of a new journey for me to go into deep, like learning more about what I've chosen. Reason why I'm so excited with this program.
Nice. Okay. Great. Have you missed out anything? I think you've shared everything. Yeah. If I missed out anything, you can let me know. But yeah, thank you so much. Mansoor, very happy. Oh, I've remembered. So you wanted to do just. So you have to share with us that one thing that's unique about you. Yep. What makes a Jack unique?
Something unique about me, excuse me, I'm not getting that question.
Okay, something special about you.
I don't know what I can say. What I can say, something unique about me, I'm so friendly. I'm always kind with people. That's me. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. So at least whoever will team up with you knows that you are a kind person. Hope you will show that kindness to them. Anyway, so thank you so much. Yes?
There's also one thing that I would like to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think why I said I'm friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Now my look used to look kind of weird as Mr. Roland, you know, the hair. Now whenever people see someone with such hair, they will just conclude about you, say whatever they want. So that's something about me. I'm not all what they think about me. And I will always confuse them. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. So yeah, I must say you, at least for the time we've, had an experience together in the last program, I think you are what you say you are. So awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Now over to you, Anne Caragua.
Hi, my name is Caragua Ann Treasure. I do software engineering, and next week expectation about this program, I'd like to first learn backend development with JavaScript. I already have an idea. I have an idea of that in Java. Then I want to extend that in JavaScript. So that's my expectation to come out when I'm a good backend developer and I can build something, And something unique about me. I can't say I'm a unique person. I think I have many similar things with people, but I like working. I like poetry. So yeah, there is an art side to me also, and technical side. So that's what's unique about me.
Nice. So I'm wondering, a creative person is interested in backend. I thought you would stay with the front end. Are you familiar with front end though?
Yes, I'm familiar with front end, but I have more interest in the back end.
Cool. But anyway, good. It's good that you are exploring that as well. And yeah, we shall do our best to give you what you're expecting. Okay, where are the rest? 3 more people. Quick. Just raise your hand. We get to hear from you and then we proceed. At least we've heard from a gentleman and a lady. Okay, any other people on the call that want to share? Yeah, I know you're there. Just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. We are over 39 on the call. How can only 2 people share yearly? Just raise your hands. Just raise your hands. Okay, two. One more person, one more person, one more person. One more person, please. Yeah, you can do it. Just believe you can share something with the rest of the class. Raise that hand. Huh? Awesome. Good, good, good. So thank you so much. Starting with you, Ivan, over to you.
Yes, good evening, good afternoon all.
Good afternoon.
My name is, hope you can hear me well. My name is Mugisha Ivan.
Yes.
And I've been here before, so my expectations, this time around, I want to fully complete the program. Being the stack I want is being a full stack developer, since I already have some back-end knowledge, which I had in the previous cohort. So I felt it like I should first come back and enroll for the front end, because I already had some experience with Android development. But however, Android and JavaScript, there's just some slight difference. So yeah, I believe this program is very good for whoever has decided to take this on. It's a very nice career path for people who are aspiring to become software engineers. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. The unique thing about Ivan?
The unique thing about me, for me, one of the things that I take to be unique about me is that the first thing is the hobbies I take on. For example, I'm a chess player. I do play chess, and chess is a game that encourages people to be problem solvers. So it always encourages you to think and maybe take on a task that maybe you cannot do it, but it encourages you to do it and you deliver it. So I like doing things that are complex. Yeah, that's what I like. And even as I talk now, I'm going to represent the country. I'm heading to Bujumbura, so I don't know whether Tuesday will get me there, but I'm just on my journey to there, represent the country in chess, apart from the work I do. Yeah.
Wow, guys, did you hear that? So thank you so much, Ivan. We are very happy to hear that you're representing Uganda in Bujumbura, that is Burundi, in case you didn't know. We wish you all the best. We want you to go and beat those guys. Show them that Ugandans don't joke. Yeah. But thank you so much. And please share with us pictures when you get there, when you've beaten those guys.
Yeah, I will share.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Over to you, Bruce. Bruce, we can't hear you. Mic check, Bruce. Not sure why. Bruce, we don't hear you. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but we don't hear you. Okay, in the meantime, I don't know if, am I the one? Maybe someone else can hear Bruce. Okay, maybe not. Okay. All right, over to you, Jonathan, as we wait for Bruce to fix, I think, a problem on his end.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Roland. My name is Jonathan Matata. I'm very excited to be here. And I got to learn this thing, I think, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So person told me to do whatever I needed to do. So I'm really excited to be here. And yeah, I am a student of software, but the truth is I didn't practice much, but I have flimsy knowledge here and there. So my expectation for this program is that I'm going to sharpen up my knowledge and become a very proficient developer. And my agenda of software. Thank you so much. And the unique thing about me, okay, my passion also, the other passion apart from doing this work is music. So, and then I'm a guitarist, yeah. So I think that is one thing that sets me apart. Oh, it's my claim to fame. So thank you so much.
Awesome. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. I love the guitar, though I don't know how to play it, so I think you'll teach me
That
how
will
to
be
play.
good.
Hey,
Yeah.
awesome. I want to learn it, so I think we'll arrange time and you teach me. I'll need to buy it first, I think. Or do you have an extra guitar that I can use for training?
The one I have is the one I can use. So
Ah,
maybe every time you can share that. But
okay.
for better knowledge, you need to get your own over time.
Cool. No problem. I'll plan to get mine, but yeah, we need to link up and you teach me how to. But anyway, thank you so much. Very glad to have you on the call and in the program. Cool. So I think that's it. Thank you guys for sharing. I very much want to get back to the agenda now. So we are done with just the introductory bit. So I want to share with you guys a little bit about Kanzu Code Foundation, the bootcamps, learning outcomes, and we'll jump into curriculum schedule, etc. And then hopefully we'll get to a point where we before I actually continue, I'll ask this question a little bit later so that all of you first get context to what I'm about to ask. Okay, so joining us now is this slide on details about the Kanzu Code Foundation. So I don't know how you found out about us, but most likely you found out about the Kanzu Code Foundation from someone that has gone through the program. And what those guys that referred you were doing with us were basically getting trained in anything really around software, and especially JavaScript or introductory fundamentals to software engineering. Now, we have a purpose and mission to just, go ahead and discover as many people in the country, in the region as we can, especially those that are interested in tech, want to be part of want to benefit gainfully from what you guys perhaps have had now as the digital economy, and through participating also actively and productively. We do that by training, first discovering them. So whoever reached out to you, recommended you for the program, or you found out, through our website or the different social media platforms, we thank you, because then we were able to at least discover you that way in each and every one of those avenues. So now our part is to develop you. So with the programs we are yet to start, we'll develop your skill set, and we hope you guys will be available to do that. We need you in this equation because we can't force you to do things you don't want. So you need to have the passion and will for this, and it will be easy for us to pass on what we have to you so that you can start practicing this even after the program. And even learning more about technology and picking up other technologies so that you can, sharpen your skills and be able to take on opportunities in the industry. There are so many opportunities, but the issue is sometimes the people that are trained, as one of the speakers in the last graduation mentioned, are not serious, are playing. So they finish, but they chill until, someone tells them, oh, there's an opportunity here. So part of also the programs that we do here is to look at how we can place you. But before you get placed, we want you to, keep on practicing, keep on building products, building projects, as many as you can, so that you are always, you stay abreast with the technology, stay abreast with the skill set, so that you are somebody that can actually be recommended for a role from the different partners that we have. So it's discover, develop, deploy, and you guys are currently, I would say, on the discover phase. We haven't yet started developing you. The develop will start when we commence the classes. So we are more or less still in the discovery. I know some of you may not choose to continue even after this session, or some could choose to even continue or switch between the program you registered to what's yet to be shared. Nonetheless, we are happy to have you on the call, and we thank you. Just hope that this session will be very helpful to you. So we do the develop phase through accelerated programs. Unlike 4-year programming at university, we kind of shrink it into practical aspects that are basically in line with what the industry demands, and it's accelerated. So don't expect to perhaps learn something for 4 months, one thing. No, you're going to be learning. And I would use an analogy, sorry, of drinking from water. I think you guys have seen a tap. If you try to drink water from a tap, I don't know if you guys will contain the volume of water that you can. I don't know if even you'll still be alive, but there's too much water that you'll draw out from a tap, be it from home or where. It's too much, and it's coming at a particular rate. So it's very hard for you to start, even swallowing bits by bits. Your mouth may not even be having enough space to contain all the water that is coming from the tap. So that's the kind of environment you have when you're in a bootcamp. But this is not to scare you. This is just to show you that given that kind of environment, your learning needs to adapt to it. You can learn, but you just need to be aware that it's not going to be one topic per month. No, it will be like 2-3 topics a week. And this is just to help you gain the skills quickly, but then through practical experiences, you get to master what you're being taught. And these experiences are really mimic the real world environment. You have scenarios of real world, or what I would call a marketplace scenario. You have a tech team lead, who is your team leader. You have a team with which you work with, and you have a project to work on. Some of the projects are really hello world projects just to help you understand the technologies. But later on, you get to build a social impact project as a team. It's you to choose this project, and you then, pitch it at the end before you graduate. So when you finish that and you prove that you can actually do what we've taught you, we then eagerly look for opportunities from our partners, and we give this to you. Now, one special thing I want to share with you, just a sneak peek, there's a special opportunity. Unlike all the bootcamps we've had, there's a special opportunity that people going through the Kanzu Code Foundation from the start of this program moving on will have when they finish the programs. There is a pipeline that we are feeding you into, and this is going to have you guys be exposed to opportunities, initially freelance, but after you get actually to get formal employment from the different partner organizations that will be providing these from the pool of talent and the pipeline that we are feeding into. So hopefully, if you've joined, you are interested to be with us for the long run, not just this program. Because if you are, then it only helps for you to think of the future, that there is actually one point where you have an opportunity to plug into the ecosystem through work. So if you do your job really well now, put in the work to understand these things, please note that you graduate and you're fed into a pipeline of a number of things that are happening starting this July upwards until the partnership we have with a particular entity continues to be with us or continues to remain valid. So that is it really in a nutshell. I hope I did a good job to let you know what we are. For more details and things we've done in the past, check out our socials or even follow. And the website also has some content that you can actually check out. With those few words, I want to share with you something that's, okay, partners, Innovation Village and Kanzu Code. Before I share that something else, maybe let me share a little bit about these two partners. So the Innovation Village is a very huge partner we have, and Kanzu Code. So Kanzu Code is, well, it's a group of companies. And there are 3 companies under Kanzu Code. We have Kanzu Finance, which has a fintech solution. And then we have Kanzu Code Limited, which is a company that creates or develops bespoke software for clients both locally and globally. And then we have Kanzu Code Foundation, which is the training arm of the Kanzu group or the Kanzu Code family. And its purpose is to train the next generation of tech leaders or technologists. And you guys are among a few or many that are feeding into the vision of the Kanzu Code Foundation. So the Innovation Village has great opportunities for people like you, as I mentioned, with the new arrangement that is coming up. And there are lots of things that you guys will get to also receive as a result of our partner, the Innovation Village. Now, I wanted to share with you guys very quickly the learner path so you guys know where you are currently and what you need to do to get to the next level. So this learner path is what we use at Kanzu Code Foundation to get to place people in the right learning courses. Now, when you apply for our programs directly, let's say you've applied for the software engineering programs, particularly JavaScript, you receive a pre-entry technical assessment. And this assessment is basically to know if you have some prior experience with programming. Now, this is particularly for the front end and the back end bootcamps or tech training programs. It's important for you to, if you're going to join the front end, to have some knowledge on HTML and CSS. And not just some, but you should have practical knowledge on how to develop a simple website. So we give you a pre-entry assessment to test your knowledge on that. So we don't just trust you by saying, yes, I can do it, but we want to actually see you do it. So hence the reason why we gave you that pre-entry assessment. Not sure if all of you saw it, but it was communicated, I think, multiple times. If you haven't, maybe it's because maybe you could have applied yesterday or a day before that. It's okay. This session is just there to help you understand what that assignment is. And if you can, you do all you can to make sure that by next week on Tuesday, you have that by next week on Monday, you have that assignment completed. It's not huge for as long as you have the prior experience, that would be okay for you. You'll finish it even in a day. So for those of you that know someone that has gone through S4, S6 and finished, or doesn't have any prior knowledge of programming, we have a program called the Alpha course, the Alpha Techie course. It's a foundations program. And in there, people that have no experience go through, get the fundamentals of software development. And we, in that program, are really prepping them for the JavaScript bootcamps and any other of our programs like the Advanced WordPress program, which we currently aren't offering, but in due time, you will see us, share about it. So after any of these, after the Alpha course, you get also a pre-entry assessment to see if you qualify for the JavaScript bootcamp. And for an Alpha course student, you really qualify for the front-end program. We don't expect you to qualify for the back-end because literally you've come from a beginner program. The only program we'd expect you to join or qualify for is the front-end program. Now, after the program is, maybe just to let you know, the pass mark for the pre-entry assessments is 60%. So with that 60%, we hope that you can actually be in position to endure the pressure that is in the front-end and back-end programs. Again, not to scare you. If you're scared, maybe you are supposed to be scared, but there's no need to be scared. There's no pressure. No one dies. No one has ever died because of the boot camps. There's just too much pressure. But yeah, you get to understand that this is what makes you, just like diamonds, go under pressure before they become diamonds. We want you to be a very valuable person that someone can take on, for an opportunity at the end. So after that, we have you graduate from the JavaScript bootcamps, and then you join the developer community. In there, you get to attain opportunities. Now, this developer community is starting this bootcamp that you guys are joining is going to change a bit. You won't be joining just our developer community. You'll be joining another huge community of over, I think, 30,000 developers. That's the peak, 30,000. But these people are really, there's a program, just to share a sneak peek, there's a program that's being started and you guys will be fed into that pipeline and your opportunities will be there, initially freelance and later opportunities for more work. But again, it's not a guarantee that when you get in, you'll get a job. You need to be very, how can I call it? You need to trust the process. So it means you put in your work, you do what we tell you to do, you go beyond, above and beyond to make sure that you're ready. Definitely, that's why, you know, bees look for flowers because, I mean, they are attractive. So also you need to make sure that by the time you finish, also you can say, yeah, I can actually do this stuff. Please, this is my portfolio. I can actually contribute to your what? To your company, to your project. That's the kind of people we want to see at the end of the program. With those many words, let me take you to the front-end JavaScript bootcamp just to share a little bit about it before I share the backend. Now, in summary, the front-end bootcamp is basically a program that helps you learn a little bit deeper, actually deeper in terms of front-end web development. So this is where you get to develop the things you see when you go to like a website or web app like WhatsApp app, WhatsApp web, or any other application you have seen that runs on the web, or any websites that you've seen like Jumia that run on the web but serve our interactive etc. good in terms of their user experience, user interface. So that's what we focus on in the front-end bootcamp. So you get to learn how to use JavaScript to create interactive web pages, web applications that serve, it's not just for fun, but you're actually using the technology to, in the end, solve a real-world problem, a social impact project that serves a community that's closest to you. So we expect you to have at least knowledge on HTML and CSS to join this program. So I hope that at least most of you have this. And then for the front end, we also, basically, if you're looking to get the skill and then also be job ready, this is a good program for you. Now for the back end, we go a little bit deeper. In fact, if you do both front and back, we refer to you as a full stack developer. I think you've heard that word thrown around. If you haven't, just Google it, full stack developer. It means you know front and back end web development. So with backend, you're focusing on the server-side applications, how to build them, the technologies that make them possible. Things like Express, Nest.js, API development, DevOps are things that we cover in the backend program. Now, for you to join this program, you need to have knowledge on JavaScript. Without knowledge on JavaScript, this program can't be for you. Why? Okay, let me actually share this again. Without knowledge on programming, not programming with HTML, CSS, but programming, at least a programming language, not a markdown, markup language, no, programming language. This program will be very difficult for you. I had someone mention, I think it was Anne who mentioned she has knowledge of Java. Not sure if you meant JavaScript or Java, but still okay. I think if you know how things work in Java properly, the fundamentals apply also in JavaScript. It's just the syntax that changes. So this program is also for you. Now, the only difference for you, Anne, and anyone else that perhaps knows another language, not JavaScript, you'll need to put in extra time to learn JavaScript. Those that know it may help you or are encouraged actually to help you because you are a class, you are really a team. It's good to help each other even when in the program. So that's it. Before I jump into the schedules, allow me first pause here and just check in to find out if we are good up till that point. Yes, are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it understood what I've just shared?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Any questions at this point? Or we are comfortable with everything? Going once, going twice, going thrice.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my name is William.
Yes, William.
Thank you for the presentation that you've given us.
Yes.
I just wanted to find out the alpha course.
Yeah.
For those who are coming from Essex.
Yes.
Is it free or it's paid?
It's a free program.
Okay.
Yes.
So we can recommend others to join.
You can recommend others to join. So our next intake for the alpha course will be in August. Just watch out on our socials when that advert comes out. And yeah, it's going to be it will be advertised for a short period of time, since we expect a very huge number, and yet there's a limit. So yeah, hopefully when that comes out, you share with your sibling, with your friend, when the time is right. Okay. Someone mentioned, sorry, asked in the chat, do you have a set? Let me check the chat. I saw like a certificate question. Do you have certificates? Yes, there are certificates at the end of the program. Can we make changes to the submitted assignment? You have time to do that. You can change and submit. It's okay, but make sure by Monday you have submitted. And if you are going to make changes, please communicate, because the projects, well, the multi-choice questions, we already have the results, so I don't think you can redo it. But for the project, anyway, I'll go over that aspect of projects a little bit later, so that we don't, dwell so much of the time. How can we access the pre-entry assignment? I'm going to share that. I think you didn't receive it. Can one take this as an internship? Well, we don't consider it as an internship, but if you so wish to consider it that would be really you, not us. We don't consider it as an internship. Someone is asking, can we do both front and back end? If you are able to withstand the pressure, please, it's okay. If you think you can, I think it's okay. If you think you can withstand pressure from both fronts, but we don't want you to die. So yeah, I would advise that you do one at a time. But if you feel, I can do this, go ahead and do it. We shall give you glucose along the way to keep you having that energy, keep you the energy. Anyway, so let me share. I think there are no other questions. Oh, Miriam. Yes, Miriam?
I just wanted to inquire
Mm,
about the assessment.
yes.
I would like to know how do you get to know that you have submitted both your assessments fully and have been received?
There's
Because
usually an automatic email. You didn't receive one?
yes, I did, but
Mm,
I just wanted to inquire, maybe to be sure that
okay.
all my assessments maybe were received.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen to show you the assignments we've received. We put together a sheet that has those details. So in case you want that information, I'm going to share that, Miriam.
Okay, and another question.
Yes.
At the end of the assessment, will we be able to see maybe the overall assessment marks?
Yes, you will receive that as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and we recognize the best students during the launch when we start the program. During our first physical session, we recognize the best students. So do your best, guys. Yeah, you not only qualify for the program, but yeah, recognize you for the hard work and you being able to beat all of the whole class. Really do well. So let me share my screen and proceed. I want us to finish early so that we can have time for questions, more time for questions, sorry. So at this point, I thought it would be wise for us to split, but I don't. Anyway, I'm likely to just proceed. I don't know if it's okay, but I'll see what I can do when I get to this point. So this is the point that we are at currently. And I wanted to share with you the curriculum and the schedules. So I'm going to just do this, share the curriculum, and then I will skim through both. Okay, I'm going to skim through both. So Fred and Musa, we might not do breakouts. So yeah, in case there is need for that, perhaps we can see by the way the document is, I don't think we may need to do any breakouts. Okay, so let me just quickly take you guys through this. It's okay. So there are some things here that we are no longer doing, but it's okay. I'll let you know what we no longer do. The document isn't up, the curriculum isn't up to, for this first two modules, isn't up to date, but it's okay. So front-end development, I'll quickly go through this. So front-end development, your focus is really on the first sessions will be, now HTML, CSS is no longer covered. That's why you see it's here in the front-end development program. It used to be in the last bootcamp, it used to be the first two modules. This used to be the first two modules, HTML and CSS, but I just want to let you know that this is the first program we are doing. Given the changes we made, we will not be covering HTML and CSS, given that we have a program particularly for that. So in case you are interested in those and want them, we would advise that you join that program where we cater or we do look at them. So we'll officially begin with version control with Git and GitHub. You'll get to learn how to, use version control tools to work with people, manage your projects, and etc. This is a common practice in the real world, and it's very important for you to know how to use these tools for version control because you can't ignore it. It's not something that you will do away with. Then after that, go straight into JavaScript. Now here you get this just an outline. It's on the detail. I'll share with you the schedule and you see where these things will be placed. So with this outline, for JavaScript, we start with the basic knowledge of basic fundamentals, syntax, etc. For JavaScript. Later, we look at how to manipulate web pages, that's HTML and CSS, using the DOM manipulation techniques and methods that come with JavaScript. Actually, they don't come with JavaScript. It's just that JavaScript can interact with the DOM methods that come or that are provided by browsers or browser API called the DOM. So we are able to interact with it using JavaScript. So we'll learn how to do that. And that's what enables interactivity. Then we'll go into things like asynchronous JavaScript, working with third-party APIs, and eventually we jump into React.js, which is a front-end library, very popular. You'll learn how to build single-page applications with it. We'll learn all the details in there. I don't need to go deeper in there, but yeah, we have lots of things we learn under React.js. It's a very popular tool that was founded by a team at Facebook, now Meta, and it's still used widely to develop web applications. We'll learn how to leverage the Jamstack. Jamstack is, if in case you didn't know, it's a very interesting methodology of building web applications without necessarily building your own backend. So for a front-end developer, you can literally build a fully fledged application from this program, from this bootcamp, without needing to develop a backend. What you do is, what Jamstack means is JavaScript APIs and markup or markdown, sorry. Sorry, not markdown, but markup. So JavaScript is what you learn, and then API is what you use. So you can build an application either by leveraging an existing API or using a headless CMS tool like Strapi, which we shall learn, to build your own API that you can leverage. And then markup is really your HTML, CSS, or your React that has also that really boils down to some markup that is, displayed from the browser. So we learn all that. And then for the backend people, hope the front-end people have understood. Backend people will then jump into Express, Node, understand how to build servers, understand how to create architecture for event-driven architecture for backend systems using Express, using Node, and working with templating engines or creating templates, and then developing your own API. So this time you're not using a headless CMS to develop it. You're developing it from scratch. You're learning how to create microservices. You're learning how to authenticate using tools or techniques like JWT, and learning how to document an API, test it, and then, learn how to use databases, how to design them, how to use object relational mapping tools like Prisma to interact with the database using a programming language, which is JavaScript, and then learn how to also, come up with ERD diagrams. That's really around designing a database. Then we also have DevOps, where you get to create unit and integration tests. And now something new that you guys will see is end-to-end tests. So this is basically you testing an application. It is something to do with quality assurance. So you get to learn a little bit about that. And creating also CI/CD pipelines, continuous integration and deployment, or continuous integration and delivery or deployment. And with that, you use a tool called GitHub Actions to be in position to deliver that. By the end of this program, really, you will be good at backend. But for both programs, you have for the backend, you have an individual capstone project that you do, and also a contribution for an open source project. The contribution to an open source project is encouraged, though at the moment it's not something that has been enforced, but it's encouraged. There's a project that we have in-house, and it's an open source tool that you can actually contribute to. Then for front end, this is your final project is a group project, and it's a social impact project. So you identify a project to develop in your community, you do research, and then come together as a team to design and implement it. So those are some of the things you should expect. We also do have some soft skills training that you'll be seeing. These are some of the things we had initially according to the curriculum, but usually they're either indirectly shared with you guys, or we have particular sessions around them. So just a nutshell of what we look at whenever we have these soft skill sessions. We look at helping you have your things ready when you finish the program. So you have your CV, you have your LinkedIn, and you have your GitHub profile, so that when you're asked to present yourself for an opportunity, at least you have the bare minimum. And then communication, collaboration, we encourage that a lot through your teams, through the projects that you develop. So we have sessions where we basically help you leverage the best practices around communication and collaboration. Then project management, how do you manage your time on a project? How do you look out for the most important things from the client you're developing for, or for that project you've identified to work on? And how do you manage your project? Tools like Trello are things we'll be looking at to manage our projects. How do you assign tasks to your teammates? And then since you're going to be doing JavaScript, you guys will be given a number of coding challenges that are going to be testing your critical thinking and problem solving abilities. So these are some of the things that you'll be receiving indirectly, but we'll be testing them a lot. So if you see us, pushing you to get this, please don't leave the program. It's for your own benefit, right? Then we have a program that we have a facilitator that will be joining us, hopefully, that will be sharing with us about self-care, emotional intelligence, and other things to do with even, I think, from a modules I recall, there's an aspect around mental health, but it's just one of them. So self-care, mental health, and others. So you guys will get to have that session. And then learning how to learn. This is something very key because when you finish a program like this one, it's key for you to know that the learning process doesn't end, it continues. Our field, unlike many others, keeps growing, evolving, and there are new and new technologies that come in. So we now have AI before you know it. And you guys might have heard of a thing called large language models. In the near future, we're going to be having action models, yeah, whereby these things that we are training, this AI will need to actually now start behaving like us, having actions, not just spitting out conversations or exchanging with you, a human being, but actually having actions, or like how a human being would have, walking or talking, and it's not something that's controlled by any human device. It's really something that's done by a machine. So you can imagine how people are so excited about AI, but before you know it, we'll have action models, and that will be a big thing then. So you need to be a self-directed learner, lifelong learner when you start this journey, because if you don't, trust me, it will be so overwhelming. You will become obsolete with your knowledge you have now, because in the next 5 years, I think what we are sharing even now may not be very relevant because there are new advancements that would have come to either make it easy or to make it even better in the way we execute some of these things. So that's the curriculum. I am going to move into the schedule real quick and then share the rest so we can have room for questions. Okay, so for the backend, front end, I want to just quickly share with you. Hope you guys can see it. So this is how, okay, this is actually week 1, sorry. Okay, never mind the weeks and all. You'll get a final copy of this so that you can review it. But basically, for the very first week, you will have version control, and every week we have technical and a soft skill session. So maybe just to let you know also, this is not to discourage you, but this is to let you be cautious of the fact that we read books in this bootcamp. You will have one book to read. It's not many, just one book. So you'll have one book to read. Every bootcamp has a book. And the purpose of this book is to really help you learn a number of things from it. And so the book you'll be reading as a front end is The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. It's a very wonderful book. For the backend bootcamp, you will be reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. So you can get those books if you want to get yourself a copy. You can either, subscribe online platform called Everand or Scribd. You can get a copy from any bookshop around you. Yeah, it's good to buy books, so I encourage you guys to buy them, just to appreciate those that have written them. So that is it for the Valuable Laws of Growth. Then info sessions, this is really helping you understand what I mentioned at in the curriculum section of soft skills. So we tackle some of the things that you need to know about the marketplace and how to be better, not just technically, but also in the way you relate with others, in the way you do your work, etc. So at the end of that week, you have also, every week you have an assignment to do. So please note that you'll have those. So maybe just to skim through. So front-end JavaScript is the key thing that you go to next, and still the process is the same. have a what? Have the tech session, then soft skill session, and then we have an exercise that you do. Okay. So after that, we have DOM manipulation, as you can see here. Still, there's a project that you work on, and then React comes through the project you work on. So React, this is still React, and then this is still React, but a little bit more onto the things like Strapi for API development, and then Auth0. And then after that week, we focus on your social impact project. So it's a project you work on. We don't tell you what to work on. So as a team, you decide which project you're going to work on. Next Tuesday, you guys will receive a list during the onboarding session we'll be having on Tuesday. You receive your group, and yeah, you will understand. Team leaders will be identified, and you will be assigned to each team as a team leader, and you will have a group of people that you're leading. So it's a very wonderful assignment to be given. If you're on the call and you even want to be team lead, I would suggest that you let me know, because you'll make my work easy. So we'll give you role of team leader so that yeah, you get to learn how to manage a team. It's a very interesting thing. Some people don't like it, but trust me, most of the teaching assistants that are in our program are team leaders, because they mastered, because of their resilience that they received from just being a leader. So if you want to be a TA, I think the cheat sheet is be a team leader. So that's it. The end graduation, you get to present your social impact project to a panel, and then the best project and best team is recognized. Now for the backend, quickly, for you it's different. As I shared in the curriculum, your focus is really backend, but still the agenda is the same. You get to have technical and soft skills. And for the soft skills, the book you're reading, as I mentioned, is Atomic Habits. So get the book. And then for the introductory, the first week is really around creating a server and learning, Express and Node.js. And then developing APIs comes in the next week. And, how to use Trello and the Agile methodology. Then also you get to learn version control, because I know some of you may know JavaScript, but needs a little bit of maybe refresher on version control. So we have that. And then we jump into databases, get to learn how to use databases. And then we have things like role-based access control, security using JWT, the course policy. Those things you'll get to know them when you get there. Don't need to worry about them. Then API documentation, unit testing and integration testing, and then DevOps. This is where I get to use GitHub Actions to create CI/CD pipelines. And then we learn TypeScript and Nest.js. Nest.js is a very popular backend framework nowadays. SafeBorder uses it. So SafeBorder had to actually switch from Node to, I don't know, is it Elixir, something like that, and then back to Nest.js, because JavaScript is beautiful, right? So SafeBorder is powered by Nest.js, and so it'll be good for you guys to learn about Nest.js and TypeScript. So we have a module at the end where you get to learn TypeScript and Nest. It helps you to contribute to a project, an open source project, but then also helps you to become, have a competitive advantage when you go into the market as a JavaScript developer. So in the end, you work on a project, not social impact, but it can be social impact, it's okay, but it's an individual project. Huh? It's an individual project that you work on. Similarly, you get to present this at the end during graduation. So those are the two schedules. You'll get the weeks and all. We're going to work on this and share with you after we've, finished these documents. So you guys will receive these by the onboarding session, which is on Tuesday next week. So yeah, before I proceed, Want to check in on you guys. Are we good? Are we still there? Have we understood? Yep.
We're following steadily.
Following steadily. Awesome. Cool. So let me continue. And then I want us to get to that point where we have questions. Hopefully we can get there soon. Now, let me see. There's something I need to share with you. But in case I forget, please let me know. It's a pre-entry assignment. The pre-entry assignment, I want to share that with you. So in case I didn't put it in the slides, so in case I do forget, please let me know. So the mode of learning. So learning in the program is hybrid. We have online sessions and physical sessions. So online sessions are the most. They take up the whole most of the week. So, and classes are thrice a week, 3 times a week. The third class in a week is a physical session. The first 2 classes are online on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah. On Tuesday and Thursday is when we have our classes, Tuesday and Thursday. We have a morning slot and an evening slot. Morning slot is from 11 to 1. Evening slot is from 8 to 10 p.m. You can attend both if you want, but the content shared there is the same. It's just that the evening session is more like a recap of what's shared in the first session. Why the evening session is there is so that in case maybe you have a day job but have time in the evening, you have an opportunity to learn and interact with your colleagues. The sessions are recorded. However, we encourage you to be present during class because, trust me, we've seen students drop out of the class because they have failed to catch up on recordings even when they're available. Because you imagine, you have a 2-hour recording and multiply that by, let's say, 5 sessions you've missed. So you have over 10 recordings to go through, and still you need to look for time to go through the 10. And that is 10 hours. Yeah. So we encourage 10 or more hours of content. So we encourage you to make time, be there. We'll give you pre-recorded material. Yeah. For the most part of the program, you'll be receiving pre-recorded material. You go through it prior to the class so that when you're in class, we are going over an assignment that you did, which was attached to the pre-recorded material for that particular class. That way, you can easily engage, ask questions. That is what we love, really. And it keeps you very engaged, and you're able to practice what you've learned in the material we give you. The material is mostly video content. It's like a tutorial that we've created ourselves based on what we think you need to know before the next class. So make sure you go through that material whenever it's provided. We'll have a YouTube playlist that will have all that material, but we encourage you to always make time, at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. Make time and go through and practice. If you want to be the best at the end, you need to put in time from day one. You can ask our best students. We'll let you know who those were. But yeah. The sessions are usually practical, fun, so expect that. And I already mentioned the pre-recorded material stuff. I think I've also mentioned some of the key things to note here. So time for classes, morning and evening, 11, 12, 8, 10 on Tuesday and Thursday. Communication channels, email and WhatsApp. You're already part of a WhatsApp group, but that's for the general thing. You will be putting individual WhatsApp groups for the front-end and back-end. That's upon qualification for either one of those. And then for peer learning groups, you are assigned to groups. So at maximum, a group can have like 5 people, but at a minimum 3. So hopefully all of you will would qualify for the boot camps, yeah, because the only thing that is stopping you from qualifying is that result of the pre-entry assignment, okay, which if we haven't done, we encourage you to do. I'm going to take you through that. So then peer learning groups, teaching assistants, those ones are there to support you. I already mentioned some of them are on the call, like Musa, Fred. So not sure if Pamba is on the call, or Brandon or Frank. I know Frank is on the call. Yeah, those are the awesome people that will be supporting you along the journey. So you'll be given a TA, and the TA is there to help you in case there's something you didn't understand from the classes. You can always book time with them, an online call. Even you can organize a physical session if they are open to that. So it's totally fine. And even your team, your groups, your peer learning group, you can either organize a physical or we encourage online because then it's easy for you to agree on time and meet. But also we encourage you guys to be very good team members. We have received the challenge over and over that some of the members that are part of teams become silent when they join teams. Is it because you don't think the person that we gave you as leader deserves to be your leader? Yeah, I hope that's not what you think. Please receive the leader you're given and yeah, always communicate with them in the WhatsApp group that will be created for your team. The team leader creates the team and adds you. So hopefully, when that comes, team leaders, you'll do your part and add your teams and always check in with them. Then weekly assignments, those are there. And we evaluate you also on a weekly. The social impact project, that one, I even wanted to start thinking about it before the program starts on Tuesday. Think about it. Think about the project you want to do. And you don't go and do it starting Tuesday, but having it in your mind helps you even think through how you will develop it. And then when it comes, when the time is right, you can share it with your team, exchange ideas. All of you will have ideas, obviously, but you eventually pick out what will be the best option and what will take a short period of time to get executed. The capstone project is for those that are doing the backend. That one is an individual project you do based on what you've learned in the program. That's the capstone. But then also you have a social impact project. So capstone is that last project we give you, and we give it to you. We tell you do this, and it's covering everything we've taught. And then you work on, actually for both the front and back, you have a project to give you that covers everything we've taught. You do it. It contributes to your final grades. For the back end, also you have a social impact project. Though for you, you do it individually. Yeah, so that's it. For payments, we'll be sharing with that document where you can go ahead and make your payments. So front end is $295, back end is $395. For the front end, we know that some of you came from the Alpha course that we recently concluded. So if at all you graduated from the Alpha course, you have a 30% discount on that front end course. So you'll be paying 206,500, not 500,000, so 206,500 shillings. Okay. And then for the back end, yeah, those that finish the front end, please just go ahead and get yourselves ready. That's the amount you pay. We only require you to clear at least 50% of that amount in the first week of the program. If you're able to clear all of it at once, totally fine. Go ahead and do that. So we require to pay 50% the first week of the program. At the end of the first month of the program, will require you to pay the remaining 50%. We have different payment channels: MTN Mobile Money, Flutterwave, and you can send your money directly to our Standard Chartered bank account. So have I missed anything? Don't. Yes. But before I do that, do we have any questions there? I know I'm supposed to share about the social impact project. Sorry, not social impact, the pre-entry assignment. Do we have any questions? Yes, Muhammad.
Good evening to everyone.
Yes.
To
Good
you,
evening.
Mr. Roland.
Mm.
I hope you're okay. 30% of that 395 is 118. I don't know if I'm calculating right or
No. The
my math is
30%,
wrong.
sorry, the 30% applies to the alpha techie course people, Alpha techie course people. Alpha techie course.
Okay.
Sorry, those that graduated
Okay.
from the alpha techie course recently. That's the
Okay.
May-June bootcamp. That those that graduated on the 29th of June, you have a 30% discount. Unfortunately, we don't have a discount for those that finished the front end on the, I think, 16th of May. Sorry, June 6th. I don't recall the dates, but yeah, the 30% is only for the front end people that finished the alpha course. Yeah. Mincha is laughing. Yeah, but that's it. Okay. Yes, Ronnie.
It's good. Good. It's good. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Because I just wanted to inquire, will the programs be run concurrently, like the
Yes.
Frontend and Backend?
Yes, the programs will run concurrently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, I think I saw your name in both lists for front end and back end. So you're among the.
Yes.
I think you're in the same WhatsApp group as Fatuma, Male. But I don't know. It's going to be tricky for you to do both. But if you trust yourself, give it a shot. Maybe try the first week and see how. Maybe try the
Okay,
first week
sir.
and see if it's
Okay.
not so hot as I'm saying. Maybe you what? Yeah. Okay. So
Thanks, sir.
okay. Okay, cool. So now over to you, Fortunate. 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 You're muted if you're speaking, yeah? You're muted.
Yes, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your question?
Okay, my question. Thank you, Sarolan, for that. My
Yes.
question is, how are you, or how are the leaders going to be determined?
How are the leaders determined? The leaders are determined.
How are the group leaders?
The leaders are determined in a very weird way. We look at it's actually not weird. It's we look at, you see how all of you are on the call. You see how all of you have submitted your pre-entry assignments. They assign things that really show a leader. So we usually based on those. So your activity on the call right now, some of you, if you're over speaking, you're going to be leaders. But I'm joking. It's not that you should keep quiet, but we look at a number of factors and we give you that leadership role. But if we see that you've failed, we choose another leader. But we trust usually our selection is actually right. Those people eventually continue and finish as leaders. So it is very rare to find that our selection was wrong. Yeah. So some of you might be just leaders, but you don't know it. But you're going to get to know that by Tuesday. When it comes, please receive it. It's a good thing. Yeah. I don't know if that's okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So do your work.
Thank you.
Submit, do well, never know. You're going to get that leadership position. Okay.
Hey.
Mansoor, over to you.
Good evening again.
Good evening.
Yeah. I was supposed to ask something which is already asked about like selecting leaders.
Mhm.
The second thing I wanted to ask is about this curriculum. How I'm seeing like both of them for Frontend and Backend are all together. So
Mhm.
I would like to ask if there is a way to put like Frontend aside and Backend aside.
Yeah, it's they are separate. It's just the same document, but they're separate. And even the schedule, it's the same document, but two separate. Maybe you didn't see it. Let me share my screen again. They are separate documents. Okay, sorry, separate detail, same document. Sorry, separate. Let me show you. So this is the curriculum. So you can see there's a heading, front end, okay, and then there is backend. But for the schedule, you have also there's just two sheets, same document, but they have two sheets. If you can see down here, front end, backend. So front end, this is it. Backend, this is the schedule. So you receive this, you'll receive this, okay, you receive them separately. You receive the schedule separately, not the same document. Yeah, so maybe that will help you and avoid the confusion. So we shall create separate sheets, send you the links so that you have a copy of the schedule and what we'll be doing. Hope that helps.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to mean, as they are all in the same sheets.
Okay.
I was like, if you could make it like as those of Frontend, we don't have access in the one of Backend.
No problem, no problem. I know it might confuse someone, so thank you. So we'll have that shared separately.
You're welcome.
All right, yes, over to you, Queen Emily.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Mine is about if you fail the assessment test, you automatically be enrolled in the pre-entry course, and how much is it?
Okay, that's nice. So if you don't pass the pre-entry, yes, you automatically are a candidate for the Alpha course. The Alpha course is a free program. You just have a certification fee at the end that you pay. But the entire program is free. The next program is in August. The certification fee is quite little, 95,000. Yeah, but it's in August, not now.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Any other person? Okay, questions are coming. Okay, yes, Miriam. You see how Miriam, let me just even cheat for you. So Miriam, you have been very active, I've noticed. And don't be surprised if you are a leader. Don't be surprised when you become a leader, Miriam. At least now from the whole class knows. Yes, Miriam, go ahead.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
Mine is just a request.
Mhm.
I request that you send the book titles in the WhatsApp groups or via emails.
Cool. We'll share that
Yeah,
in the
and
groups.
I also wanted to inquire about, just to pardon me, on the duration for the bootcamp.
Okay. Okay, so duration for the front end, 8 weeks. Okay, actually, let me tell you this. Front end and back end actually have the same time, 8 weeks, 8 weeks. The only difference is for the back end, you have an extra 4 weeks. Why? We expect you to work on that project, the social impact, and then also the capstone project. But then also we expect you to have a contribution to an open source project that we have internally. Now, also for the front end, it's 8 weeks. Then other 4 weeks are really for you to complete your social impact project as well. But we usually find that the peak will be 12 weeks for both. But we assume that if all goes, especially with the change that we've made, given that the HTML, CSS modules are no longer part of the front end is likely going to end at 8 weeks. That's our anticipation, and the backend will end at 12 weeks. I hope that's clear. The book titles will be shared: 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell for the front end, and the back end is the Atomic Habits by James Clear. Yes, Caesar?
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. I am coming for the back end from the front end, yeah. And I felt I should share something because I've had something being said, if I can do both, where should I start from? I think my story will help somebody, yeah.
Go ahead.
Initially, when I applied the other time, I'd applied for the back end, yeah. But I looked at the criteria for joining and all that. I felt the back end may be a bit too heavy for me, and I should start with front end. So I switched to front end, and that is something I don't regret. I am actually very, very, very happy that I started with the front end. If I had started with the back end, I doubt that I would have finished. Yeah, I'm actually glad that I started with the front end. So for somebody who is very doubtful and not sure about where to start from, I would urge you. This is from my own experience. You don't have to believe me, but this is what I went through. Start from the front end, then get to the back end. Yeah, because the front end itself, I had some prior programming experience, but believe you me, you come to this thing with all your expectations, but by the end of the course, I can tell you that you will be a very, very humble person, because what you go through will teach you a lot. Yeah. So I hope what I have shared, somebody can pick a leaf from it. As Roland said, this is going to be, it's fast paced, it's up. It's not going to be, I don't want to scare anybody, but I just want you to be ready for what is coming ahead. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but if you're determined, if you put in the effort, you will make it all the way. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, one final thing.
Yeah.
For the back end, I have not received the assessment.
Really? Okay.
Assessment. Yeah, I have not received it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I think after today, no one said they didn't receive an assessment, because I'm going to go through that. Okay. So thank you, Caesar. I hope Caesar didn't scare anyone. I think he was scaring you guys. If you can do both, do them. Just joking. Just like Caesar said, yeah, if you feel I don't want anyone to die because I said you can do both. But if you can, by the way, haven't you guys? Okay, let me give an scenario. Back in the days, we used to have in high school science class. They used to tell us, guys, how can I do PCB? But guys did PCB, right? And they're still alive. Okay? They would say, oh, chemistry, math, what? But guys did it. Sorry, chemistry, physics, and biology. So you guys have seen those people do it. Maybe you can actually do it. Yeah. But anyway, just like Caesar says, I think it's good to do one at a time. Yeah. So over to you, Ivan.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, Ivan is the name. Thank you so much for coordinating this. I'm very enthusiastic and ready to take it on. I just had a question for, is the book you're telling us to summarize? Personally, I've read that book, I think, twice. So rather to read, are we supposed to summarize it at the end of the sessions? And in case you have already read it, do you still just partake, or you can be like, me, I'm good, so can I skip that? Then also, you gave us a week for payment. What if I'm not able to make it within the first week? Is there an extension or something of that sort.
Okay, so for payment, 50% is what's expected by the end of the first week. If you're not able to, at least communicate via email that you're not able to do it, but this is when I hope to make my 50% deposit. Yeah. Then for the other question, I've forgotten your question.
About the book.
The book, sorry. So for the book, it's okay to reread it. Yeah. Because me personally, I've read a book called The Richest Man in Babylon like over 3 times. Yeah. But trust me, when you go back, it's like as if your mind was absent somewhere. There's something new you learn. It's like the Bible. You read the Bible. You've heard the verses all the time, but somehow you receive a new revelation all the time. So I feel it's okay for you to reread it. Yeah, because maybe you read it some time back when you're still a young man. Now you're old. Perhaps your younger self doesn't remember what you read. Reread it. Yeah, you'll pick something. Trust me. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if that helped. Did it help?
Yeah, it did. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Over to you, William.
Thank you very much, Roland, once again. Good evening once again, everyone. Mine is kind of a request, but I also would want to maybe build on what you said. The gentleman was asking. You know, it's always good to read something over and over. That's when the law of lasting impression is repetition. I wanted to. I know some guys could be having issues, especially the front-end developers, in accessing some of these books. Is it okay to share it on this chat? I have the book.
You have the book. You can share it. It's okay. Or I think share it when we get to the onboarding session, not now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can share it in the group. That's the front-end group or back-end group, whichever group you'll be a part of. You can share with your colleagues. Yeah, but thank you so much. Repeat what I said, that the law of lasting impression is what?
Repetition is the law of lasting impression.
Repetition is the law of lasting impression. Okay, that's good. I've learned something new. Repetition is the law of lasting impression. So guys, yeah, hope you've picked that. Thank you so much, William. Over to you, Mansoor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add some idea on what the other brother has said, like following only one path. Sure, I think that brother was right about what he said, especially from the last Alpha Tech course where I was. Sometimes it really happens like you have assignments they are giving you, you have your work that you have to attain, some other stuff that you will have to do also. So that pressure will get too much. Now from there, imagine that you are selected as a team leader. With all that, I'm not sure that you can complete like both side assignments and always beat the deadline to return your assignment in time. I think what I can advise to that person to only choose one to go with it, because time management is something that we really need to manage, like to not to joke with it is what I'm trying to mean. When you have issues with time management, I think you can't come real out with a nice project. Find that what you're fighting for is to make something perfect so that you pass. Yeah, is all what I wanted to add.
Awesome. Thank you so much, our giant wolf. Okay, over to you, Ronnie. Somehow you and Fortunate called me Sir Roland. I don't know. You guys agreed, eh? Over to you, Ronnie.
That's funny. We didn't agree about anything. Well, yeah, I'm very happy to be on this call tonight, and it's an honor and opportunity to me. And yeah, Roland, you deserve that name of being called sir. I think the King of England should give you that. Yeah. Actually, my question is about the books that we're going to be reading. Are they going to be provided by the foundation, or we need to get them? And if we need to get them, I think we should they should be listed so that we can get to have them as soon as possible. If they're going to be provided by the foundation, then we should also know so that we can juggle that up. Yeah.
So we'll share the two books. Well, it's only one book for every bootcamp. So Frontend, one book, Backend, one book. But it's just one book. So you just look for it. I encourage you to subscribe. I personally subscribe to a platform called Everant, or formerly what they called Scrib. So it's good to pay for the things you use. It's something I encourage you guys to do, because one time you'll be an author and someone will be, you don't want someone to get your book for free, right? So if you can, Everant, you only pay like what, $9.9 every month. Yeah, so if you can afford it, it's okay. Or if you can purchase it, go to Aristoc, the book is there, or any other bookshop. Yeah. So that would be my encouragement. I know there are free books, but if you can if you can pay for it, that's good. You're appreciating the person that's putting the time to write it. So yeah, it's only one book. So Frontend, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. Backend, The Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's it. Okay, thank you so much, Ronnie.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Roland. Yeah, that has really helped.
Cool. So, Fred has something. Yes, Fred. Vuni.
Good evening, everyone. So, Roland, I just want to draw your attention to the chat. There are some questions.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for that. Chat. So, Ali. Okay. Okay. So, are we paying for this bootcamp? Yes, you are paying for it, Faustin. Front-end, 295,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings. Backend is 395 Ugandan shillings. For those that went through the Alpha Techie course program, graduated, you have a 30% discount. Is it too late for anyone who is interested in joining the program? It's not late. You can let them join. Yeah, at least today. Let them apply today. Beyond today, it's going to be tricky because of the pre-entry assignment. Okay. Yeah, if you want someone to join, let it be today. Share with them the link. They apply quickly. We send them the pre-entry. We'll also share with them this recording for the session we've had. If you can, please follow up to help them, understand what the program is about so that they can do the needful. Yeah. So Miriam, that's totally fine. Is there any other question? I think Ronnie was asking about the 30%. Anyway, if you don't want to do the math, yeah, 30%, what you actually pay after the 30% discount for front-end people, it's 206,500 Ugandan shillings. Okay. Have I missed any question, Fred? No. Someone is asking how much is Fortunate? What kind of question is that? Okay. Fortunate, they want to buy you. Is it possible to do both? Okay, we mentioned this so I think I've covered all of them, right? So now, The deadline for the pre-entry assignment, okay, that one is Monday. I already mentioned it. Monday, the 22nd of July. Now, let me share this pre-entry assignment. I think then we can wrap up. If you have any questions, we have the WhatsApp group. Please share them. We shall split you into front-end, back-end by time we have the onboarding session. I think before the onboarding session, you will have been split. So for the sake of time, I see it's already coming to 6. Let me share with you the pre-entry assignments.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes, please. Did I miss anything? Please go ahead as I just look for this document. Go ahead.
I was not listening to anything. I thought that there was something wrong. I think it was on my side.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool. So you guys can see this, I guess. Let me check. I think you can. So we have these, the front end and back end. I'm going to go through them, but before we do that, let me tell you who has submitted. I'll just quickly share my screen. So front end, these are the people who have submitted, and according to the first assignment, which is the multiple choice question challenge, this is the performance we've recorded so far. We are yet to feed your results for the front end, sorry, for the practical challenge, yeah, the aptitude test, yeah.
Please go slow.
Go slow? Okay, cool, cool. So this is the sheet that's going to define whether you continue for the program you applied for. So we have all the names of the students that applied here, okay? And also we have, we know who is an alumni, which is okay, but most importantly, the technical assignment. So we have 2 pre-entry assignments. One is a multiple choice question quiz, and the other is a project you work on. I'm going to tell you the projects. I'm going to take you through them, but first, let me show you. Oh, okay, I don't know. Let me maybe just read out those that have submitted their projects. So for the front end, we have Namale. We received your projects, both of them. Aaron Okulo, we received them. David, we received both of them. Emmanuel Otim, Mansour, we received both of them. Ivan, we didn't receive your backend project. We only received the multiple choice. Faustine, Miriam, Ronnie, we received your assignments, both of them. Then William, we didn't receive your front-end project. I think you didn't submit it.
I submitted.
Maybe you submitted late.
It.
Yeah, but
on Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Saturday evening, yeah.
We'll check, and I'll be resharing the list again on the group for those that whose projects were received. Yeah. So for Powell, Pontius, we have both of your assignments. Fortunate, we haven't received your project. We only have you performed well on the multiple choice, but we don't have your project. So your average will be affected. Okay. We actually consider average to get that 60% pass mark. Okay. So make sure I do both projects. One project won't save you. Then Jordan, we received both of them. Humphrey, we received both. Daniel, we only received your project. You didn't do the multiple choice. Gilbert, we received both. Isale, we received both. Owen, we only received your multiple choice. We didn't receive your project. Mohammed Lubega, it's the first time I'm seeing Mohammed Lubega, who is a female. This is interesting. But anyway, we didn't receive your practical project. project, the movie ranking site. We only received this. Christine, we didn't receive your project. We received only Christine Kahinju. We only received your multiple choice. We didn't receive the project. Who is this? Ian, Kenneth, we only received your multiple choice. We didn't receive this one. Arnold, same, we received both, sorry. Omwatumema, we only received your multiple choice. Alvin, Aguma, only multiple choice. Edward, we received both. Timothy Opio, we received both. Timothy Mugume, we only received multiple choice. Okay, I think to save time, anyway, they're almost done. Who haven't I mentioned? Moses, we only received Nahate, we only received multiple choice. Aaron, Ivan, Elijah, we received both. Christopher Tabaro, we received both. Good. If you don't see your name anywhere here, it means either it's submitted late and I haven't checked, maybe it's submitted today, but we'll be sharing an updated list with all of them. For the backend, we only received, okay, Ronnie submitted both. Bruce, Kamjisha, we only received backend. Fahad, we received both. Fahad, Lucia, and Mohammed, we received both. Nicholas, we received only one. Emmanuel and Morgan, we received both. So if you didn't see your name under those whose projects were received, I don't think you're going to qualify if you don't do the needful. Yeah. So please work on your projects. You can see not very many people submitted. So work on the project. So which projects are these? Let me share with you these projects so you know what they are. I will make sure you also receive an email again with the assignment so you don't have any excuse as to why you weren't given an opportunity to join the program. Please take it very seriously. Front-end first. So the front-end assignment is here. Let me do it quickly, right? Front-end, please pay attention. I would have loved to share with you the marking guide, but let me just tell you the marking guide as I go through the project. So go through this project, read through. This is for front-end. It's basically you building a movie ranking site using HTML, CSS, and possibly a CSS framework of your choice. So your site should look something similar to this. This is a project from one of the students from the previous front-end program. He is joining us for the backend. So something similar to this is what would require you to actually develop. And where are you? Back, yeah. Oh, same. So you can, for CSS frameworks, you can either use Tailwind, Daisy, UI, Bootstrap. Then please don't copy code that's not yours. Please don't use things like React, Angular, Vue, yeah. Use only CSS frameworks. And then since you guys were given a home study material, in case you wanted to understand HTML, CSS, and because of the time, some of you had enough time to go through the material. So you could have, even with little background knowledge from the material we shared, you could have tried to upskill and do something. The goal is for you to get at least 60% average. And then the requirements. So I won't read them out, but basically just to give you like a cheat sheet, make sure you, as you develop the project, check each and every requirement. Have I done this? Have I done that? Have I done that? Each and every one of them carries marks. Some of them carry way more marks. For example, you can see like these last two have 5 marks each. So that you will only pass if you go ticking each and every one of these. So you check, have I done this good? Have I done this good? Have I done this? If you can do that, your chances of performing very well are so high. I know some students, when I tell them, do this project, they'll go and think about how to develop it themselves, and they forget to come and check the project requirements. If you do that, trust me, you're going to fail. Your project will look very good, but you wouldn't have followed the requirements we gave you. So please follow the requirements and do what's expected of you. That is for the front end. Then the multiple choice is quiz. You receive this or you already received it. It's basically questions you do, as you can see here. Okay, I don't need to show you. Or any, do I need to do it? Let me just try to go to next. Okay, let me go to the next page and see. So you have all of these. Yeah, I was trying to do it myself. You have all these questions. Yeah, you just select a correct answer, and then you submit at the end, and we shall record your marks. See, that one calculates your marks real quick. I'm not sure. Those that did the assignment, the multiple choice, were you able to see your result at the end of the, after doing the project, after doing the assignment? Did you see your result at the end? Yes. Okay. So, and you get your result instantly. For the front-end project, this one, we manually grade you, and there's a grading criteria we follow. I've given you some hint of what you need to do. Now, the submission link for the front end is in that document, the project document at the bottom. Project submission link is here for the front end project and also the back end. In the project document, you have the submission form. So you need to submit your project. If you just do it and expect that we shall know that you did, I'm sorry, we are not angels. Please submit, and submit in the right place using this form. Don't submit by sending an email. No, we shall miss that. Please submit using the form we've shared. Then for the backend, same thing. For you, it's different. It's just a to-do list application you build using your knowledge of JavaScript. So you're building something similar to this, okay? So this is a simple to-do application that was created using JavaScript. So let's say you have a task, let's say hello, and you enter it. We want to see something that's similar to this, yeah, that's created. So you can check off tasks, you can delete them, etc. But most importantly, you are following the what? The document the project requirements. So yeah, it tells you need a GitHub repository for your project. So you need to create a GitHub repository because that's how you're going to submit your code for review. You need to do the following things. So each and every one of these things under project requirements are important. We look at them, you pass them, you get your marks. Okay, and some of them have way more marks than others. If I had the time, I would have taken you through the the assessment criteria, but I don't have to really do it anyway. Just do your best to finish, to accomplish each and every requirement, and you will pass. Then for the project submission link, it's also here. So please don't send email. Don't assume you send it. Please make sure you send. You will get an automatic email to tell you that your assignment has been received. Hope that's clear. And test your links before you share them, because you may end up, you realize that the time is late. You can't do much because what you submitted wasn't accessible by the person going to check your project. So please make sure before your repository should be publicly available, accessible. Make sure you host your project. The link should be accessible. You get it? That's what you're required to do. Same for backend. For frontend, backend have also an multiple choice challenge. So that is it, guys. Make sure you do your best to submit. It is important that you go through this process, because if we just let you in, you will not like it. You will be like, okay, it's like someone, imagine you have a baby and they are born today and you start giving them posho and beans. They're going to die. I don't know if they'll die, but I know the food such as that isn't good for children. So if we give you posho and beans, when it's not the right time for you to get that posho and beans, you're going to die. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You can't even chew it. So go through the process. Don't be discouraged because of it. We need you guys to experience it and then be happy that you actually qualified, and yeah, you're qualified because you know something that was required, and your journey will be smooth. So that's it, really. I don't know if we have any questions at this point. I want us to wrap up. Our 2 hours have already overshot by 6 minutes. So yes, Ivan, ask your question.
Yeah, thank you. I was asking the deadline on Monday, what time is it 11:59 on Sunday or Monday 11:59?
It can't be Monday 11:59. It's going to be Monday 5 p.m. Yeah, that will allow Monday at 5 p.m. That will allow for evaluation to be done so that the lists are available the following day, because that's when we have the onboarding. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So everything you're doing, please make sure you submit early, because it also affects us on our end if you submit it late. So 5 p.m. Monday, make sure you submit. If I was you, I would aim to finish on Sunday so that you don't have the pressure. Some of you have work on Monday, so they'll see you collapsing and fainting on Monday at 5 because you've not submitted your work. Yeah, please finish Sunday, enjoy your Monday. Yeah, and you know that, yeah, God will do the rest for me. I will qualify. Okay. Did I see a question? I think I see if I saw a question. For guys who graduated in the Alpha course should work. For guys who graduated in the Alpha course should work straight in the pre-assembly. Yeah. So what Ronnie is saying is actually wait. The pre. I think I'm assuming what you said is okay. For those of you that did the Alpha course, there was a project that we gave you, and that's exactly what we want to build. So I believe that all the Alpha course people, surely, unless you didn't do the project, you're going to just pass, okay? And just get in with ease. Yeah. Okay. That's all. Are we all comfortable? Are we all satisfied with what has been shared today? Is everything clear to you? Just by a show of a thumbs up. Kindly confirm that all is clear.
One last question.
Yes, please.
For us that had already submitted, you said it was okay if you want to switch up anything, right?
But please communicate. Yeah. If you're intending to resubmit, please communicate, because if you don't, you'll find that maybe we've already evaluated you and it will be extra work for us to evaluate your project again. So if you're reworking your project, communicate at least on email. Yeah. The email that sent you the assignment, reply and say, hey, I'm actually making some adjustments. Otherwise, we'll give you results for the first submission you made. Hope that's clear. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Is everyone okay with that? Are we good? Are we good? Good. Please resend the assignments. Absolutely. I hope everyone is good. The thumbs up are very few. So I think that marks the end of our session today. Someone has a question? Yes. Yes, please ask a question as we wrap up. Someone had their hand up. Yes, Richard. Mic check, Richard. You're muted in case you're speaking. You're muted.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, I was asking.
Mm-hmm.
When are we meeting physically?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
We shall communicate over it. Anything we do, guys, we communicate. So don't think we assume you know what we are doing. Anything we do, we communicate. So just make sure your email, you always check it. Also, the WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Don't think there is any other inquiry. Thank you all for joining. The next session will be on the 23rd of July, and it will be the onboarding session. I hope you guys will make it there. Do your part, and we shall do the rest to evaluate you, and hopefully you guys will make it on the other side of the line. So do your best, submit on time, and it will be really good to have all of you enjoy this amazing journey and experience with some of the people you've met today on the call. So that is it from me and the entire team at the Kanzu Code Foundation. Wishing you a very wonderful rest of the evening, and see you all on the group. Let's engage. Let's keep up the communication. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Be blessed. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roland.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.